Yo, 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 mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2, microphone working, on, camera on. What up, everybody? As you can see, what you clicked on, you're about to watch my reaction and breakdown to Bo Burnham's Can't Handle This. And yo, this song right here floored me the very first time that I've heard and seen this video probably well over 150, 200 times. Even now, even it's 5 years old, even now, I watch it probably at least once a week. And this intro right here is obviously much different than the normal intro that I give on YouTube. And the reason for that is because I actually reacted to this song and I broke down the song, the lyrics, the metaphors, the lighting, the production. I did all of that live yesterday. I reacted to this song and broke it all down live on Twitch yesterday with all the people who were watching. And, you know, we're talking, we're conversing, we're talking about it. It was a dope ass time. I'm definitely going to be doing more breakdowns. I'm going to be doing more reactions, New Music Fridays, all of that on Twitch, along with all the content that I would normally make on Twitch, which is normally like video games, just chatting, all of those kind of things. So I highly suggest, if you like me as a personality and you want to be able to get a much more communal feel than what YouTube allows, the Third Fam on YouTube is dope, but it's not exactly live interaction where everybody that's interacting with each other live, it feels more like a tighter community over there, I guess you could say. So I highly encourage you, if you're someone who wants to check it out, maybe you want to catch live reactions, maybe you want to see what else I'm doing on Twitch, I'm gonna put it as the first or second link in the description, and I'll also leave it as a pinned comment on the comment section. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, if you've seen this before, let's hope we relive it together. Maybe I shed some new light on it for you, or if you've never seen it, maybe this will help you understand exactly why I call Bo Burnham a genius. But I appreciate everybody being here and enjoy the reaction. Later. All right, this is the one that we're gonna do right here, in case you've never seen it. I'm gonna turn off the donation goal because this is gonna be a fucking YouTube video right here, because I don't think people understand the genius. He goes, who's seen this special? Who has seen Make Happy? Let me know. I've never seen this, TK, never seen this, Galaxy. Okay, so what you need to know about Bo is he is a satire. He has dark humor. He ends every single thing that he does with some type of like grand, deep, serious, but also kind of funny, but not really, like musical production. And this is the end of his last special, the one before his newest special. He's basically hyper aware of the fact that social media is completely taking over our everyday life, and he has issues with being the center of content creation. He has issues with the fact that his mental state is not the best, and people always wanting him to perform and laugh at the things that he does. So this is like the end of, this is the very last song of this special, or at least the last one that he's performing live, and it's fucking deep. Right before this scene in the special, I do recommend you watch the special, but right before this scene, he talks about, it's a very deep, like 5-minute monologue about how people need to live their life, you know, and not live it for what's on social media. Like, we don't need to always be expressing every opinion every time. And all that we care about is watching our life through screens. That's basically what the entire 5-minute monologue is. And then at the end, he says, now I know what you're thinking. How the fuck am I going to dig the show out of this weird hole? And then this is where he's like, I'm going to do it like this. And then this is where we get this.
I went to Kanye West's recent tour, the Yeezus tour. It was a big, dramatic, theatrical show. He did something very strange at the end of his show where he ranted for like 20 minutes. It was kind of a rant, kind of a song. He had auto-tune on his voice, and there was an instrumental in the background. Like this instrumental.
And Kanye West literally did this. I went to the Yeezus tour, and he did it at every show. It was like a 26-minute just rant in the middle of the show.
He talked about his problems.
That rants can't be repeated.
Race. Power. His $90 t-shirts weren't selling very well. That was most of it. And I watched this.
So Yeezus tour was when he was launching Yeezy Season, like his clothing brand, and it wasn't doing as well as he wanted it. That's like a legitimate statement. He was talking about that. And in the Yeezus album, a lot of the lyrics are based off of that. Move my face? To where?
Thought maybe I could do this. I'll be honest, my problems not as high stakes as Kanye's, but I have problems. And maybe a crowd in New York would be nice enough to indulge me. So as we get to the end of a night of theater and comedy and sweaters coming on and off, I got one question for you. And that question is, can I say my shit? New York, can I say my shit. I got lots of shit to say.
All right, so right out of the gate, look at the lighting change between this right here, where we're like talking to the crowd, and then this right here, where he's alone on stage with nobody else but him. Just look at feel the difference between the two scenes.
Cannot say my shit.
It's so crazy.
New York, cannot say my shit.
I watch this video once a week, Ray. Minimum.
I got lots of shit to say.
Pretty, it hits because he is a legitimate musician. Like every single bit that he wrote here is 100% his writing. This entire show is scripted word by word.
I can't fit my hand inside a Pringle can. I have a huge amount of trouble fitting my hand inside of a Pringle can. I can get my hand like 4 inches into the can, but then I have to tilt the can into my mouth. But by that point, a bunch of crumbs have accumulated at the bottom of the can, so they all go spilling onto my face. What I'm trying to say is the diameter of Pringle cans is way too small.
These are his high stake problems. These are not as high stake as Kanye, but they're problems. Oh, and by the way, he keeps looking down because he's in control. He's controlling every effect and all the music on this on this foot pedal. It's like a series of pedals and knobs and things that he controls this entire song with live.
What I'm trying to say is the diameter of Pringle cans is way too small. I'll say it again, the diameter of Pringle cans is way too small. 2 radiuses of a Pringle can is way too small. If you feel me, put your hands up. Come on. If you feel me, put your hands up. Look at all these hands that are way too big to fit inside a Pringle can. Your hands are too big to fit inside a Pringle cans. Your hands are too big to fit inside a Pringle can. You think you can? I know you can. You think you can? Pringles, listen to the people. I am sure 90% of the complaint letters you get are about the width of your cans. Just make them wider. I've overdone the Pringles thing. Sorry.
He's just ranting, Lori. This is Bo. His specials are on Netflix. His first special was actually for YouTube because he started out as a YouTuber. So you can find his first special on YouTube for free.
I've overdone the Pringles thing. Sorry. I wanna have a daughter. Wanna have a daughter. So I can finally have someone around the house who can fit their hands in a Pringle can. Yes, I'm still on the Pringle cans thing. Yeah. I'll move on, all right? But that is priority numero uno.
All right. So before we move on, and I've listened to this thing like 100 times and dissected and gone everywhere in my mental space about it and reading the comments on YouTube, all of that. Obviously, it's a funny bid. This is nowhere near as high stake as Kanye's millions of dollars he's putting up for his clothing line. And this is just like a very basic problem to have. It's not even really a problem. It's more just like an inconvenience. So obviously, on the surface level, it's funny. But if you look at it from like from a perspective of like the Pringles can thing is a metaphor, the metaphor of his life. And how he can never he can never be satisfied because he can't fit his hand in the Pringle can. And then he says, I want to have a daughter so I can finally get someone who can put their hand inside of a Pringle can and fulfill my life. Like the Pringle can is the fulfillment of his life. So he's not satisfied. And he's not even sure if the daughter would satisfy. He's assuming that would be the next logical step as an adult, would be to have a kid, and then maybe my life will be satisfied. So it's not even about the Pringles. It's about the fact that he's not satisfied in life, even at the hyper successful position that he's at. And there's just something that's missing. And then he tries to get everything from that Pringles can, and then it all comes spilling out on his face, like more than what he wanted, you know? So if you listen to the entire thing back, it hits even harder when you realize that that's what it's about.
Wanna have a daughter, so I can finally have someone around the house who can fit their hands in a Pringle can. Yes, I'm still on the Pringle cans thing. Yeah. I'll move on, all right?
So good.
But that is priority numero uno.
So like his life fulfillment is literally his number one problem in his life. And he can't feel that fulfillment.
I don't go to the gym because I'm self-conscious about my body. but I'm self-conscious about my body because I don't go to the gym. Irony can be so painful. That's a catch-22. Let's do this. I went to Chipotle. Went to Chipotle.
Again, pay attention to the lighting differences as the scene progresses, because this is him controlling everything on the little foot pedals as he's giving his speech.
Went to Chipotle. Got myself a chicken burrito. I went down the line, I got like all these ingredients, and then at the end of the line, the guy tried to wrap the burrito, but half of the shit inside the burrito spilled out. He still wrapped it. I was like, dude, you should have warned me. You're a burrito expert. You should have told me halfway through, hey man, you might be reaching maximum burrito capacity here. Do you think I want a messy burrito? No one wants a messy burrito. The whole appeal of a burrito is that all of the ingredients are contained within the confines of the tortilla. I wouldn't have gotten half this shit if I knew it was gonna fit in the burrito. All right, look. I wouldn't have got the lettuce if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the cheese if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the peppers if I knew they wouldn't.
All right, so again, you're dead on this, right, TK? This is funny. You've gone to fucking Freebirds. You've gone and you like they're trying to fucking wrap that in. How do you expect me to eat that shit? Like, just tell me that, bruh. This isn't all gonna fit in this. But again, it's funny, but it's also a metaphor. It's a metaphor for trying to get too much out of life, and it's gonna cause you to have a mental breakdown. Like, no one was there to warn me that me getting to this position, me trying to get as successful as I can, no one was gonna warn me that I couldn't take this mentally. I wouldn't have done half the shit that I do if I knew that I was gonna be in this position where I'm extremely unhappy and I'm not in a mental space where I need to be. Like, I wouldn't have got the lettuce if I knew it wasn't gonna fit. I wouldn't have got the cheese. You should have just told me, and maybe I could have avoided a lot of heartache. I wouldn't have gotten half the shit if you would have just told me that I couldn't handle it. The tortilla is my life. There's no way I could fit all of this in there. You should have just told me.
All right, look. I wouldn't have got the lettuce if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the cheese if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the peppers if I knew they wouldn't fit. I wouldn't have got half of it. Like, I'm okay with small mistakes. If you got no more chicken, I'll take pork. But I'll blow my dad before I eat a burrito with a fork. Wouldn't have got the lettuce if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the cheese if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the peppers if I...
Look at this fucking scene right here. Just how he gets down and he's manipulating his voice with the auto-tune, and then all the lights just come and he's like in this bright, hot, white spotlight. So crazy, bruh. That moment when like the lights come in on him, I still get like chills. My hair stands on like ASMR type vibes. Like, just look at it. Like, I wasn't expecting the light to come and do that on that moment.
I eat a burrito with a fork. Wouldn't have got the lettuce if I knew.
And then the progression of the melody picks up. Dead ass goosebumps, John, for real. Like, I would like progression of the melody to get faster, and it's not faster, it's just now the higher end of the piano's coming in at the melody, and then his voice is getting faster and he's manipulating. Oh, it's crazy, bro.
Wouldn't have got the lettuce if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the cheese if I knew it wouldn't. Wouldn't have got the peppers if I knew they wouldn't. Man, I wouldn't have got half of it like, half of it like, half of it like, half of it like, half of it right now. I think it's time that we break it down.
Bruh. Yes, pretty much most of his songs have some type of metaphoric meaning. I mean, even the ones that don't, the ones that are straightforward, they're cloaked in like this sarcasm, I guess you could say. This part is so good, Jeff.
I can sit here and pretend like my biggest problems are Pringle cans
And burritos.
and burritos. The truth is my biggest problem's you. I want to please you, but I want to stay true to myself. I want to give you the night out that you deserve, but I want to say what I think and not care what you think about it.
Lee Joy We are watching Bo Burnham's. Appreciate you joining in, by the way. We're watching Bo Burnham's second to last stand-up special. This one is available on Netflix, but this is the last song on the special, and it's the most powerful. Everybody, do you hear the fact that he's like actually talking to the crowd? He's talking to the crowd like, I want to please you, and I want to give out the night that you deserve, but I want to say what I want to say without being worried about what you think about it. Like always having to be worried that you're going to be canceled or say the wrong thing. Another moment that a lot of people... I understood this the first time I heard it too. Yeah, another thing that people don't realize, again, I'm telling y'all to like watch the production. Like it got crazy and it all focused on him during the burrito thing. And then right now the production goes away and it's just one light on his face. Like everything before this moment was an act, was like just for the sake of being funny or deep or what have you. And this right here is literally just him like speaking candidly to the crowd and speaking to everybody. Like my biggest problem is y'all. Y'all provide me the most mental, like I'm satisfied in what I do for a living, but y'all are also the reason why my mental health is so low. It's so crazy.
But I want to say what I think and not care what you think about it. A part of me loves you. Part of me hates you.
He's bending this.
Part of me needs you.
He's bending the notes. He's bending like his pitch vocals, like live right there. So when he says hate you, it goes up. And when he says or love you, it goes up. And hate you, it goes down.
Part of me hates you. Part of me needs you. Part of me fears you, and I don't think that I can handle this right now. Handle this right now. I don't think that I can handle this right now.
See, like, and people think that, like, he's saying that as the lyric. That is the lyric that he wrote, but that's literally what he is feeling in this moment. Like, I don't think that I can handle this. I don't think that I can handle what's come from this. So a lot of people, if you don't know anything about Bo Burnham, he quit doing comedy after this special because he was having legitimate panic attacks and breakdowns, like, in the back. Like, he talks about where he was having panic attacks where, like, his vision was closing in while he's performing on stage. And he has to somehow... Lee Joy with the follow. He has to somehow like come in here and still perform because that's what people paid for while he's having this panic attack and his vision is tunneling. Up until this most recent special that hit Netflix 2 weeks ago, there was a 5-year gap between this special and then the one that hit Netflix. And he said that he was never going to perform again because of the panic attacks he was having on stage.
I think that I can handle this right now.
Exactly like that.
I don't think that I can handle this right now. I don't think that I can handle this right. I don't think that I can handle this right. I look at them, they're just staring at me like, come and watch the skinny kid with a steadily declining mental health, and laugh as he attempts to give you what he cannot give himself.
Bruh, that line gets me emotional every time. Like, look at them. They're all just laughing at me. They're all just staring at me. They don't even care about who I am mentally. They just care about Bo Burnham, the product. It's like he's speaking out loud what he's thinking in his mind while he's performing. Look at them. They don't even care that my mental health is declining. I'm trying to give them something that I can't even give myself. I'm trying to give them happiness and a good time, and I'm broken and burdened deep down. That shit like hits me every time. Like, come and look at the skinny kid with the steadily declining mental health as he attempts to give you something he can't even give himself. That's so hard.
Staring at me like, come and watch the skinny kid with a steadily declining mental health, and laugh as he attempts to give you what he cannot give himself. Think that I can handle this right.
Bro, so, and then I don't think that I can handle this, like in his head. Can't imagine what it felt like to be in that crowd. Imagine, John, like you're not even expecting anything like this. And this is the way that he's ending the show, talking to us directly, saying that we are the epitome. We're in the center. We are ground zero for his mental health issues. Exactly. Feel guilty as hell.
I think that I can handle this right. I don't think that I can handle this right. But they don't even know the half of this right. But
they don't even know the half.
But I know I'm not a doctor. I'm a pussy. I put on a silly show. I should probably just shut up and do my job. So here I go. When I got the letters, if I know it's
Bruh. Do y'all seen these lighting changes right here, bruh? This is what I'm talking about when I talked about his production. Like when it was just him, just the light on him, you couldn't even see anybody in the crowd. It felt like he was just there by himself talking. Like we were in his head. And he said, I should probably just shut up because nobody wants to hear this. They just want to be entertained. So let me shut up and do my job. And then the lighting backlights him so you can't see his face anymore. He's not the face. We just want the product that Bo Burnham is. We want him to provide the content that he has. So he's just a silhouette. It could be anybody up there. So let me just do my job in the same way that other comedians do it. So we went from being in his mind, he's solo up there and we're listening to his thoughts. And then, you know what? We don't want any more of that. Just give us what we paid for, which is comedy. Bruh.
I should probably just shut up and do my job. So
I should probably just shut up and do my job.
Wouldn't have got the lettuce if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the cheese if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the peppers if I knew they wouldn't.
And you hear how the crowd is like reacting now, like they're happy that we got this break, like back to comedy. And this is exactly what he's talking about. This is the moment that he's talking about, where now people are cheering once again because now he's the product that they paid for.
Wouldn't have got the cheese if I knew it wouldn't. Wouldn't have got the peppers if I knew they wouldn't. Wouldn't have got half. You can tell them anything if you just make it
right
funny,
here. This is crazy.
Right.
This is crazy.
And if they still don't understand you, then you will run it one more time. Think that I can handle this.
Bro, I literally have chills every time that the light transitions right there. Every time. He's like, you can tell them anything if you just make it rhyme and make it funny. They don't even give a fuck what you're saying. They don't care about your mental health. If you make the mental health into a joke, they'll think it's not as serious as it actually is. So I'll just run it back one more time, and then we just go back into the grand production of the lights, and then everything just moves. All this movement on stage without him even moving.
And if they still don't understand you, then you will run it one more time. Think that I can handle this right. Handle this right.
You can hear
You don't even know the half of this right.
on that scream, you can like hear his voice crack from being like emotional.
Handle this right. Handle this right.
This is Deep PPP.
You don't even know the half of this right now. Right now. Handle this right. I'll handle this right. Handle this right now. Thank you. Good night. I hope you're happy.
Bruh. And just the way he ends it, and he says, good night, thank you, I hope you're happy. How you could take that in so many different ways. Like, I hope you're happy for what you've done to my mental health. Like in a condescending way, I hope you're happy for what's happening to me. Or I hope that I provided you good content at the show. Or I hope you're happy like with your life in general. Bro, so good. So good.